don't know what it is about the rain, but every time it falls, I feel like the world slows down just enough for me to catch my breath. I love rainy days. They make me feel so productive, so at peace, almost like life is pressing a reset button for me. There's just something about the sound, the smell, the stillness that makes me want to clean, study, bake, journal, and just do life, but softly. So today is one of those cozy, rainy, productive days, and I thought I'd bring you along.
Don't stay awake for too long. Don't go to bed. Take a cup of coffee before you head.
I have learned to stop waiting for perfect conditions to be productive. Rainy days used to make me sluggish, but now they're my cue to focus quietly. I actually realize that I do my best thinking when everything feels calm. Rain outside, focus inside. A perfect balance, if you ask me.
There's a way to be whenever you made the time for me. You tell me when. Do I believe everything that you say? Oh, and you never seem to me to fit you too. And I'm so wrong for not thinking this through. But I guess I just can't get enough of you.
Hey guys. So while I was studying, I found myself thinking about something that I wish more people understood or had more access to knowledge about: fertility preservation, as in egg freezing, sperm freezing, embryo freezing. Women especially, and even men, but I wish more women knew about this, because oftentimes by the time women think about it, it's past the optimal time for them to have done it. So what is fertility preservation? There's egg freezing for women and sperm freezing for men, which is literally that, freezing your sperms or your eggs. And then there's embryo freezing, which is when you actually do IVF and make the embryos by mixing the sperms and the eggs to make the baby, and then freezing it for a later time. Now, I say this so casually, and it might sound so weird, but there are actually so many reasons why someone would need to or even have to do that. And at the top of my head right now, I can think of people who maybe have a diagnosis that's serious, that needs them to undergo surgery, and that surgery has potentially chances of irreversibly harming or damaging their reproductive organs. So they have to like preserve their sperms or eggs or embryos. And then maybe people with cancer who have to undergo chemotherapy or radiotherapy, whatever treatment that it is that they need to go through. So a lot of times then we would recommend obviously that someone does egg freezing first or sperm freezing first, or actually does the IVF process of like making the embryos and freezing them, so that when they're done with the treatment or when they've done their surgery, they can then come back and use those sperms or eggs that they've frozen or the embryo that they've frozen, and then continue with their trying to get pregnant. So just because you've been diagnosed with, a condition, you do have options. And something that I wish even more medical professionals would tell people about, because too many times people go through surgeries and procedures and treatments that they don't know the entirety of like the side effects and complications that they might bring. I've seen a lot of men and women equally who have undergone treatments and surgeries, and then have had irreparable damage to maybe like the outflow tract, and now they don't have sperms, and damage, and now they don't have sperms, or something has happened and they can't get pregnant naturally with their own eggs and sperms. So this is an option for people like that. Obviously, there are a lot of other reasons why people would need to do that. So for men, the process isn't complicated at all. You are given a container and you deposit your semen inside it. It's analyzed, it's processed, and it is stored in liquid nitrogen until the time that you need to use it. And for women, basically you're given injections to grow the follicles inside your ovaries, and inside each of those follicles, we would expect to find an egg. So in a normal non-medicated like menstrual cycle, you typically produce one egg, which is just basically a dominant follicle grew big enough to release an egg. So during this egg freezing process, you're given FSH injections, FSH hormone injections, for like 10 to 12 days to stimulate your ovaries to grow multiple follicles. So if you had like 10 follicles in your ovary at that time, would expect to find like 8 to 10 plus minus eggs inside those follicles that we have stimulated to grow. Then we would go in and retrieve them via aspiration under ultrasound guidance. And then we would process them as well, culture them and freeze them. If you're freezing your eggs, and if you're freezing embryo, then we'd obviously do the actual mixing of the eggs and the sperms that make the embryos and then freeze those. For many women, this sounds like something so far-fetched or something that only women in their like late 30s and 40s should consider. But the truth is, egg quality and quantity actually starts to decline naturally after 30s. If you hadn't already reduced the quality already by like your habits, as in drinking every weekend, poor sleep, lack of exercise, eating anyhow. So the best time to actually freeze your eggs is actually in your 20s, by the way, just putting this out there. The biggest mistake I see women make is waiting until it's urgent rather than exploring it early when your eggs are still healthy and the process has a higher success rate. Because the older you get, the higher the chances you have of like aneuploidy and all these other things that we can talk about another day. But I don't want to talk to you guys for so long, but I just felt like you guys need to know this. Let me know in the comment section if you'd want me to do like a detailed video about this and like what exactly you want me to cover as to like egg freezing and fertility preservation and all of that, or if you have any other reproductive health topic that you want us to chat about, just leave a comment and let me know what it is and I'll be sure to do that. But anyway, enough serious talk. It's still raining, the mood is perfect, and I feel like baking something. Guys, I love the rain so much, so much. Let's go and whip something up in the kitchen and see what I end up baking.
Ooh, so baby, don't say we're just friends.
So I do have a cake mix that I think I can use. I got a couple a few weeks ago. I just never bothered to use them, so I figured today would be the perfect day to make something really yummy but low effort because the weather allows. So let me grab my cake. So this is today's lucky pick.
So baby, don't say we're just friends. To make it sound like everything's fine. We both know you wanna be mine. No. But everything's gonna be alright if we don't say.
A perfect rainy day combines productivity and self-care. For me, even something as simple as baking feels like a form of self-care. It's actually quite therapeutic if you ask me. The sound of rain falling outside, the aroma of a cake baking in the kitchen filling up the whole house. I literally can't think of a more perfect way to spend a rainy day. And in the name of self-care, let's do some.
Is this a part of a dream? Something that I think I'm waking. Is that I know what's outside? And truthfully, I prefer to stay blind. Because on the first time I get to see eyes like this. So is this a part of a dream? Don't stay awake for too long. Don't go to bed. I'll make a cup of coffee for your head. I'll get you up and rolling out of bed. And I promise that one day I'll feel fine. Yeah, I
Not every day needs to be loud to be meaningful. Sometimes the rain reminds you slowing down is still moving forward. It's still raining outside and I love it. The calm, the focus, the reminder that slowing down can still be productive. Today was simple, but it felt good. A little studying, a little baking, a little time to think. If every day could feel this grounded, I wouldn't mind the rain staying a little longer. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like and leave a comment. Let me know how you typically spend your rainy days. Let's share ideas. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next one.